Good morning. Today is Sunday, February 4th, 2024, and this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast. So looking at where Bitcoin went in the past week and where it could go in the future. So we're in February right now, 4 days in, up 1% at this point. All of January was flat. It was technically positive. I think it was up 0.61%, it says there. But yeah, super flat month. The last time we had a flat month like that was like March of 2000. No, I guess that was February 2023. So again, beginning of the year, last year, a lot of volatility in this area, like up and down. We'll see that when we get to like the lower charts. But yes, overall, it didn't go anywhere for the month of January, but that's fine. It didn't go down, so that's always what you're looking for. But yeah, there's an explanation for it. There's definitely been really since December. Since December, we've been kind of in this range, stuck in this range since December 4th. And you had your ETF release here and a whole bunch of volatility to the upside. And then you had like the reshuffling of Grayscale. So Grayscale had to sell a lot of Bitcoin to accommodate demand for the new ETFs. So it went down for a while because, again, Grayscale has a ton of Bitcoin, like 500 and something thousand. And they had to offload a good bit of that because now they're new players in the Bitcoin space. They can do the same thing as they do, if not better. So Grayscale is always going to be a good ETF. Like, again, they have the first mover effect. Like, they got out here first. So they're going to reap the benefits long term for sure. But right now, it seems like a lot of that major initial selling has subsided a bit. I think they're in the range somewhere of buying 9,000 to 12,000 Bitcoin a day at these ETFs in total. But yeah, no, they're definitely bringing a lot. So I still expect a lot of upward movement, especially leading into the halving in the next 2 months or so. We can put on the drawing. But really, for right now, we're stuck until we break this area. Like I said, we couldn't really break 40,000 if we're on the weekly chart. We never even close on the weekly chart below 4140. So really never close below that level. Just a whole bunch of attempts, but no successes for real. No successes to close there. But right now, until we break above about 50,000, there's not too much worth talking about. This is the setup. There was an attempt right here. This is the ETF when that was released, and I think that was the first day of trading, maybe, or Monday the 8th, somewhere around here. Well, yeah, I guess that was included in this week. But yeah, we have the lower side has been defended at this point multiple times, and I think they're running out of gas. And now they're playing catch up because like you're starting to have demand creep up. Like people are noticing now, and then there's only a finite amount of selling that you can do. So this is gonna bust through here eventually. But when, I don't know. These are crazy trading. They're like crazy trading conditions because again, it's up, down, up, down, up, down. It doesn't pick a direction. So we're very much so in a range. Take a look here. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Coming to the downside here, we kind of broke. We came up to this area right here, somewhere Monday of last week. We touched this area that we hadn't touched since January 16th, so mid-January, about 2 weeks ago. And now you have to break this line, in my opinion, and at least get up to about here, about to 47,000 before things start getting interesting again. Yeah, that's like long-term resistance. So I don't know how hard that's gonna hold. And then plus this is 50,000 right here. 50,000 is a very psychological number. It's a number that a lot of people look at 50,000. They look at 50,000 and they say it's kind of like 25,000. It's like 10,000. It's like 5,000. These are all very round numbers. So a lot of people are thinking about buying or selling at 50,000. So that's once we break all these levels, then we can just sail up to the upside. Just continue on going to like 60,000 or 69,000, which all-time high was about here. It reached up to 69,000. And yeah, there's not too much stopping it once it gets past here. This is just a whole bunch this is free space just to clean up. And then you'll run into some problems probably about 62,000 before getting to the all-time high. So still some ways to go. Right now is a very slow period for crypto. Even though everything is going fantastic, it's just moving at a slower pace at this point, but that's fine. That just gives you more time to accumulate, to build a bigger position, do whatever you want to do. We can also look into Bitcoin. So basically, this is a website that shows you different metrics that you can look at for Bitcoin. I mean, even if we look at the market cycle ones, looking at the heat map, at this point, you can see we're headed up. We're above the moving average. And as it gets, you see it's like blue here for most of the time. But as we start getting into green and yellow and red, that's when the market's really heating up. And once it gets to like red area, you're going to want to sell. But since it's like blue right now, it's like, oh, this is a great time to buy. Especially once it gets like deep blue. Eventually, it's like a cycle, right? It goes up and down and up. And this is about to repeat itself. And start getting into those green colors and red colors, which means that you're way above the moving average and price is just ripping to the all-time high. So, yeah, no, it's cool. You got like that chart and a few others as well. I'm gonna start using these more too. Looking at the different Bitcoin metrics, because they have a ton of them, about like 40 or 50. So this is a rainbow price chart indicator. So it just kind of breaks the different price regimes into colors. So you have this blue area, again, blue area down here, that this is a fire sale pretty much. If you look at the legends, like, oh, it's a fire sale, we can get this really cheap. And then it just continues to go on to the upside. And as soon as you get to like this like orange and red territory, it's kind of like a warning. It's like, hey, hold on, let's pump the brakes real quick. This thing's probably about to turn around, but it's kind of cool to visualize it in different ways too. Just to, everything doesn't have to be charts. Like you can just look at it graphically, and people have done a great job of showing different ways to look at Bitcoin. So again, looking at Bitcoin, it is a great website for sure. That's pretty much it. I don't have a ton to talk about today. Like literally, there's been no movement at this point since like December, pretty much. There's been events. Huge events, but not a ton of movement to speak of until that demand actually kicks in seriously and starts taking things to the upside. So we'll see. I'll leave it at that today. Again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out our crypto resources on christalkscrypto.com, and I will see y'all on the moon. Take care.